goodness knows how I didn't poison people. Of course, we prepped in Otaki, at the farm in Otaki, so I got to know the yearlings. And it's always hard when they get sold, but you have to get used to that, which I did quite quickly. And if one of our nice trainers bought them, we were happy, even if we had to pass in and sell later or whatever. But we had to be positive. It's a very vibrant community, I find. Just going to the yearling sales, the buzz, the vibe, it's all there. The great celebration and the disappointment, all there. There's no way you can plan for it. My role really has just been to support Brent. He's the boss. He's the farmer. He's the breeder. I'm just in the background. I remember coming down to Trentham before the sales started with a car full of food for the staff, the grooms, and it was all sort of very picnicky, very Mickey Mouse really. When I think about it now, I used to get up early in the morning and make all the sandwiches and ice the cakes and all those sorts of things, put them all in no freezers bags or anything like that, just in the boot of the car, and hot weather, and feed all the staff out of the boot of the car. Go off to the races, put the hat on, go to the races. Keith was on the committee at that stage too, so we had to do the green room at Trentham, and then back to the sales to feed the staff again. Goodness knows how I didn't poison people. I never did have to clean out the boxes. It's one thing I didn't do. It's become a lot more professional, I think. I love the sales, I really do. Well, Brent had been well schooled at Cambridge Stud, which I think was wonderful. And when we had the chance of buying the farm here, it was all just go from him, and he's incredibly successful. I'm very proud of him. My husband was very supportive. He loved the farm, and it's just been a very happy place. Trelawney has such a lovely history, and we tried really hard to keep that alive.
The 100th year anniversary of New Zealand yearling sales is an iconic moment for New Zealand's history in thoroughbred racing and breeding. And from Trelawney's point of view, being active since the early 30s, and from what I can tell, they sold their first yearling 1933, 1934, somewhere around there, and been pretty much represented every year since then. And some iconic horses, 7 Melbourne Cup winners, a couple of Cox Plate winners, Tulloch and Ocean Park, from the farm here that have gone through those sales series. It's humbling to be part of it, and it's a legacy of history that's come before us, and one we're trying to create going into the future. So it's exciting. It's exciting times. One of my abiding memories is coming to work for Sir Patrick and Lady Justine Hogan, which was a real privilege for myself and a lot of other people that Patrick mentored along the time. But through that time in the late 80s into early 90s, and when I worked there for 6 years, the Tommy Smiths, the Bart Cummings, all the world's leading trainers that would come there, and Patrick was their main guy. And so being a small part of that, meeting these wonderful trainers, these wonderful magnets of industry, coming to New Zealand to buy horses, because it was the leading number one sale. So Tristram drove the ship, Patrick drove the environment of sales, the development of professionalism that he brought along, and created a level that everybody had to try to live up to. It was fantastic meeting all those people there, and a lot of them, whether it be their sons or their grandsons or their daughters or whatever, we're still in touch with. The coming environment and Freedmans and those sort of guys, where they've got second generations coming through. The Colin Hayes and the Hayes boys, the three of them there training now, who've done a wonderful job for us. We've currently got horses and work with them, and it's just been fantastic. One of the iconic things about Karaka is that it's a food and wine festival you can buy a horse at, and we've been there operating since 1994. 4, I think, was our first sale. We had a tent, and we'd been all through all sorts. You know, budgets were tight back in those days. So I remember one year we didn't hire the tent for K2, and we turned up at K2 and they'd taken the tent away, and all our stuff was sitting on the ground. And then I think the next year there was a flood, and so the whole area got flooded. Everything's sitting up on the tables. Thankfully, that's all changed a little bit now. We've built ourselves a hospitality unit, and we've probably had it 15 years. So Cherry does a fantastic job out of there. The food is great, the entertainment, and just so much easier to turn up, open the doors, and unload everything rather than having to, as Faith did, you know, do everything back at home and put it in the boot of the car and you know, take it to the sale. So with the 100-year anniversary, Cherry and I decided we wanted to be able to celebrate that along with everybody else by committing 100% of our yearlings to the sale at Karaka this year. So we have traditionally sold at other areas, and they've given us great success, but this year we wanted to be able to commit to the sale, commit to the whole anniversary program, and so yeah, all our yearlings will be sold at Karaka this year in January.